Good morning, beautiful people. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Today's topic, I was right about the surplus debate. New paper just dropped. And what they found was the amount of calories needed to build 1 kilogram of muscle is, drumroll please, 41 calories a day. 1 rice cake, not even a full tablespoon of honey, 2/3 of a tablespoon of honey. That is the surplus that you need to build and maintain a whole kilogram, 2.2 pounds of muscle. And they said it's going to take you about 12 weeks. That's what we're working with, people. This debate, I'm sure it's not over, because the bulking defenders, they will die hard on their Dominoes and Oreos. They want to keep this thing alive. They want to keep their bulks alive. And I don't blame you. I like food too. But this really shows that the surplus is so tiny. The surplus need is so tiny. So just maintain your body fat percentage. That's the practical application from this. I know everyone's going to be asking, should I program a 40 calorie surplus now? No. I genuinely think to just program your maintenance calories, because you're going to have days where you move a little bit less. You're going to have days where you maybe sneak a bite. That's literally a bite of some semi-calorie dense food. I know you're taking bites of things that you're not tracking. That's enough. Maintain your body fat percentage. There you go. That's literally gain 0.25 pounds a week. Gain a quarter pound a week. And assuming that you can even gain a kilogram of muscle mass every 12 weeks, that's still a decent rate of gain. That's not going to be something that you can keep doing for a while. Noobs might be able to grow a little bit more. Intermediates, that's probably where you can grow. But once you get into that 5+ years of training, you're probably not going to be growing that much muscle every 12 weeks. I hate to break it to you. There are people who have been training for over 5 years that are lucky to put on 5 pounds in a year. So my practical advice is just to aim for your maintenance calories. Have 1 to 2 off-plan meals every week. Boom, there you go. That's it. And honestly, my even more practical advice would be to just try and learn how to not track. Try and learn how to just use your internal hunger cueing and using hand portion methods, and do that. And just try and live your life and eat it around maintenance, and just use the scale as a measure of if you're doing that correctly. The scale and, of course, your body composition. You should always be taking progress pictures. Once a week, I think, is good. I think when you go more often than that is not enough to see progress, because you really won't even see that much difference from week to week. Even myself as a coach with a very trained eye, I find it hard to find differences in a lot of my clients from week to week, especially when they're in a recomp phase, when you're eating around maintenance, because those changes are not very drastic. If you are in a recomp phase, you might even consider doing them once every other week. I don't know. I still like doing it every week, because I think there is some efficacy to that. But that's my practical advice, man. If you're looking to maximize muscle gain, just maintain your body fat percentage. This is a small surplus, of course, 41 calories a day. And I'm not saying to just take your maintenance and plop an extra 41 calories on it. You could do that. You could also just put another 100 on top of your maintenance. There's really a bunch of different ways that you can go about this strategy. But just know that the main takeaway from this is just that the amount of energy required to build and maintain muscle is basically nothing. And that is the best piece of information anyone could ever get. You don't need to get fat to get big. That is an old myth. You don't even need the classic 300, the lean bulk, the 300 calorie surplus. You don't need that. I really do think, as someone who coaches real people, and I understand that no one is going to eat 100% on plan all the time, that those little off-plan meals, those extra little bites, the special occasions, that's going to be enough to give you that extra energy to make you put on weight. Now, if you are enhanced, don't listen to a word I'm saying. Straight up. If you're enhanced, don't listen to a word I'm saying, because you're going to be putting on a kilogram of muscle mass way faster than 12 weeks. So for you, it's a lot more nuanced. But for the natties out there, you really are throttled by your rate of progression. So if you are a newbie though, if you're a true newbie, and and you're really looking and you have a lot of growth potential, I think you can push the surplus. And again, this is where it's going to take that nuance of looking at your body and just trying to maintain the body fat percentage. I have trained people, and we've seen this in the literature as well, that noobs, since they have the ability to put on so much mass so fast, they can absorb surpluses. We saw this with the Rozenek study from, I think, 2001 or 2002, where they had noobs and they gave them a massive surplus. They had them eating 4,000 calories a day, and they didn't really gain any fat. And then I had my anecdote of, I was coaching this guy who had never gone to the gym, and I put him on basically around 4,000 calories a day. We worked our way up there. I didn't start there, but we worked our way up because his weight wasn't really changing that much, and his body fat percentage was staying relatively the same. So we pushed him up. And that's why it's important to not just give blanket prescriptions for things like surplus. That's why I'm not going to say just eat one rice cake over your maintenance a day. I'm going to say maintain your body weight, or maintain your body fat, sorry, not your body weight. Because if you're just maintaining your body fat percentage, naturally that means that your weight is going up. You're putting on the least amount of fat possible. And the only way to really know is, of course, by taking pictures and keeping measurements. Your waist measurement is the key, right? Your waist should not be getting bigger. Your waist will not scale. There's not muscle. You're not building your abs enough to where it's gonna make your waist get bigger. And no, you're just not building your abs that much. So your waist should be staying the same. Your weight should be going up maybe a quarter pound a week, maybe. And your body fat percentage should be looking the same. So the pictures should be looking relatively similar in terms of leanness. Obviously you should be getting a little bigger, a little bit stronger, fuller. Lifts should be going up in the gym. That's the main thing. Just focus on getting jacked, getting strong. If you're getting stronger, you are getting bigger. I hate this argument that I've seen of people saying that, oh, there's just neurological adaptations, all these low rep sets, you're just getting strong, but you're not getting big. What do you mean? Neurological adaptations are not something that scale forever. When you're doing stable exercises, keeping them the same, and not training like a dumbass, it has to be new contractile tissue that's resulting in the extra strength. It just has to be. Especially if you've been doing the same thing for 8, 12 weeks. And really, if you've been doing the same sort of movements for longer than that, for years. If you've been doing machine chest press on a converging machine for years, you've been doing bicep, how much better can your brain get at flexing your elbow? Genuinely, how much better can your brain get after you've been doing it for 5 years? It has to be muscle. So just focus on getting really strong in the gym. That is your main focus. The muscle will come, the growth will come. And if you really are scared, again, sure, throw in 100 calorie surplus. Do it. But just know that the bigger the surplus, it's not going to lead to more muscle. We saw this with Garth. We saw this with Helms. We saw this with the newest paper on bulking, the time restricted eating one. I don't remember who the author was, but there's just more and more papers keep coming out and keep proving the point that a bigger surplus just leads to more fat, not more muscle. And that's because now we know it really doesn't take much energy at all to build and maintain new muscle. And let's say maybe they did undershoot. Maybe their calculation was off. I'm sure it's gonna get torn apart. It's not even peer-reviewed paper yet. But I'm sure people are gonna tear this apart because of the impact that it's already having. The preprint's been out for 2 days. I'm sure everyone's gonna be angry about it. They already are. And people are gonna tear it apart. So just practical advice, eat a maintenance. That's it, maintain your body fat percentage. Boom, there you go. If you want to bulk, put on 100 calories, make it 200 maybe. There you go. That's as simple of advice as I can give you, and that's how you're gonna get jacked. Maintain your body fat percentage and get strong as hell. If you do those two things, that you're maximizing growth. And if you need help doing that, apply for coaching and I'll do it for you. Anyways, hope you learned something. This was more of just a victory lap video for me, to be honest. But that's all I got for you. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.